Oh, geez, you startled me. Well, seeing as you're here, might as well talk about some EDC journals. On a serious note, I want to talk about EDC journals, how I use them. I think this video is going to be something along the lines of don't overcomplicate this. So I just really want to show you guys how I'm using them, maybe take you through some thought process and what led me to where I am today on this, and really how through my work life and home life, how having an EDC journal on me every day helps, and just some of the ways that I use it. And then on top of that, I'll be supplying an STL of this 3D print model, but whatever, that I use to make my checklist. So that'll be in the description below. You check it out. If you got your own 3D printer, you can print it. I'll show you how I use it. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to kind of move through the gambit of all sorts of different size journals. I have, field notes. I have the Write and Ring spiral notepads. I have these mini comp books and this Noble Note Plain Life Japanese something fancy notebook. I have these slightly larger Rodea books. I have another Write and Ring journal holder. I got the larger Midori sized A5 size notebooks. I got a bigger Rodea book. We have very expensive leather bound journals from Murdico. All sorts of stuff. And I want to take you on a little journey. I want to talk about how I use it and what that looks like, and go from there. We'll see you down. So as you can tell, I've brought you into a mess, and it kind of just is a testament to how many different notebooks I've tried, how many different methods I've gone through for EDC's journaling. And what I really want to do today is I want to try to cut through this. I just wanted to show it's been a lot. I've gone through a lot, and so far I've narrowed down to the couple that just seem to work the best for especially for me, but I think for a lot of people this could work really good as your EDC. And we got to narrow it down a little bit, because I've tried all of these and only 2 or 3 styles have really stood the test of time and have worked for me across the board. So we'll wipe away all the rest. Technically that one can stay. Get rid of the smaller ones, get rid of the thicker. That one never really worked great for me. Get rid of the Rodeas. As much as I like these, again, not a form factor or size that worked great for me for EDC. The Midori Traveler's Passport. This is solid. I like this. I've gone in and out of using this, but I find that I like the size and form factor of field notes more than I like the smaller journals that fit in these. I almost kind of want to make a leather cover that fits specifically field notes, but then I worry it would be too big. We'll cross that bridge later, and when I do, I'll make a video about that maybe. So we'll get that out of here for now. These are all bigger, some very nice, some very expensive leather journal covers and other journal covers, like Write and Rain. I love these. EDC, not so much. We're going to put them away for now. So then what do we have left? We have field notes. I've found that for me, field notes have just been the best form factor for EDC, bar none. It's just my favorite. It just seems to work the best. I seem to get the most use out of it. I'm almost done, and I'll show you in a minute. Almost got one totally filled front to back using every page, and I'm really excited to close that one and put in a fresh journal. As a, maybe you call it runner-up, contender for the throne are these style Write and Rain spiral bound front pocket notebook. These are very useful. I just don't really like them for journal entries. I like them more as like a quick note taker, list maker, dimension recorder, phone number writing down, just your small everyday stuff. Works great for a lot of those things, not so much for journal entries. One thing I don't like is when you sit on them, you mess up the rings. So this is more of a front chest pocket only type of carry, I find. One thing that I figured out is that on my 3D printer, I can print just a couple layers. Out of PLA, it stays very flexible, and I can replace the front and back cover and give myself some nifty colors. So that's fun. I like these. Definitely a good runner-up. But field notes win, ultimately. Now, a lot of you guys know that field notes is good. If you're watching this video, you probably even have field notes. Maybe you've struggled like me and you've gone through so many different styles and variations of journals and notebooks. And maybe you're even saying to yourself, of course you can't just land on one. That's why I have the criteria of EDC. At home, kind of you can use whatever you want for size, bigger journal entries. Maybe you're going to want to use something like this at home where you have a really nice leather covered journal that you can do big entries, lots of words, lots of everything. Very nice. I don't write in this every day. I usually don't have that big of a journal entry to write about every day. My days are generally pretty busy, so don't always have time to sit and make the time to do that. But I do love having it. So, of course, not telling you only need field notes, but for EDC, I would never carry this around EDC. This is too much for me, EDC. I think my work, my life would have to change quite a bit for me to make sense of this EDC. But now here, the field notes, you have some nice options out there for carrying these EDC as well, which I like. I used to just do a straight book in the back pocket or chest pocket, and that works well. If you're going to sit on them, they're going to get creases and they're going to warp and they're going to bend, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Builds character. I generally carry chest pocket. This is my current EDC that I carry in my chest pocket. But on top of that, I have a system like the Lockbee mini field journal. That's how I generally carry these now. This is actually my jump into trying to make my own field notes size journals using old comic book pages as cover art. I'm not very good at it yet, and the pages, there you go. Didn't quite bond very nice. It's a little hokey, but you know what? I can write in it. It works. I'll probably keep practicing and hopefully get better. But in the back, I have my field notes, and this has just stood the test of time of being, for me, one of the perfect sized catch-all EDC books. And I absolutely love these, especially in something that holds them very nicely, like these Lockbee mini field journal. I've been very happy since I purchased this. It's been on my EDC since I got it, and I don't suspect that's going to change anytime soon. I don't even mind, like, yeah, this is big to fit in any pocket for the most part. As you can see, relative to the field notes itself, it's got a bit more of everything going on. But I find that it's worth it for me. I like having it in my back pocket. The utility of holding a pen, having the business card slots, that's where I keep this, which I'll show you how I use that soon, but that usually lives right there. I have another 3D printed ruler that I keep on me as well. If I don't have it in my front pocket, I generally keep a Mitutoyo 6-inch scale back there for quick measurements. I work in manufacturing. It's often that having a scale on me is very useful. So yeah, there was a couple of things I really, also has been carrying my passport. I just went to Mexico recently, needed that for that trip, obviously. So there was a couple of things that I wanted to show you that I often use this for, kind of more than not. In some cases it's dimensions. I need to write or take quick measurements of something so I can recreate it or create a print for somebody else. Or in some cases, this was some locations of components for this part measurement that I needed to map out. So writing it down in here was very useful for transferring later. But often what I end up using it for a lot is these pages, which end up being a to-do list. I date them. I use my my stencil here to make my check boxes. Maybe I'll write one with you here just so you can see it. And that's probably one of my biggest use cases here, is just writing down a to-do list. And it's a at-home to-do list sometimes, things I need to get done around the house, or a work to-do list, people I need to talk to, emails I need to write, things like that. I find capturing it here, giving it a date, will tend to help me in later dates, maybe a day or two later. I'll flip through this, I'll go to my latest page that's marked, and I'll look and I'll go, oh boy, I didn't send that email like I wrote down like I needed to, or I need to talk to this person about this subject, whatever I tend to write about there. It's helped me out quite a lot. Another thing I wanted to point out is I tend to write about things that's going on or things I'm thinking of. This was a Bible entry here. But depending on the amount of room I think I need, sometimes I'll write like this. And for me, that's a really big step up in my real estate to write, in comparison to just having the one page. Being able to turn it and write a full page is kind of a nice little thing for these field notes for their size, and everything lays out pretty flat, so it actually isn't too hard to write here. So that's a common use for me. And one thing that I dealt with journals for a little while, and as you could see from all the ones that I went through, so many of them are either some pages used, a lot of pages not. I tend to not want to write stuff if I don't think it's really worth the page I'm using it on or the paper. But I kind of took a different methodology here, and I just started writing down a lot more things. And if I had something in my head, like this was an idea for Magic the Gathering deck box, which I actually have created now. But I had the idea, and I took the time to sit down, try to sketch it, before I lost the idea, because I noticed that I was kind of stumbling upon thoughts much later after thinking about them. I'm like, oh, I forgot I wanted to do that. I forgot I was even thinking about doing that or making that or getting that done. And I find now that I'm just pushing myself to use these books more frequently and make sure I capture those kind of fleeting thoughts before they're gone completely. You know, maybe you have a really good idea for something, and if you don't capture it in the moment, at least the initial thoughts of it, maybe it's not a great thought, maybe it's not anything that'll lead to anything awesome or not, but I know, like, for that one, for me, I ended up creating a really nice item that I'm really happy with now. That ended up turning into, let me see, I got one here. Oh, that ended up turning into this here. So where was that page? Is that in here? Maybe. No, not that far. Oh no, I've lost my fleeting thought. There we go. I know it's kind of hard to see there, but I had the idea here, and then I ran with it. And I created what I call the quick draw deck box. And there's my magic cards. And, you know, maybe a fleeting idea like this, you know, maybe this would have stayed. Maybe this was a little bit more front and ready in my head to really drive it home anyway. But like writing it down, like, really captured it. And then I was able to run with it later. So at the end of the day, what am I trying to show you guys here? I'm just trying to show you how I use notebooks. Realistically, maybe I just wanted somebody to talk to about it. And maybe some of my rambling helped you. Maybe it just confused you more. Maybe I'm just confused. Who knows? But I hope I help with something. Maybe explains some of my crazy thought processes, just rambling on about notebooks. But I know it's something that I've definitely struggled with, is just finding a form factor I'm happy with, finding something I can carry every day, and finding something that I'm actually willing to use. And I got to tell you, so far, this has been it. And I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with Field Notes. I'm glad they make them. I'm terrible at making my own journals, but I'm going to keep trying. And yeah, I hope at least some of this was helpful to somebody. If it was, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if there's anything you'd want me to expand further on. Let me know if you enjoy the STL model of my business card stencil. If you get a clear plastic, I find it works a little bit better than a solid plastic, just FYI. On that note, I think I'll end it here, and I'll be back with more ramblings later. So on that note, toodles.